Hello and welcome to today's practice. Today we will be focusing on energy, peace, and frequency. So come join me on the front of your mat and allow yourself a few moments here. We will be practicing a pranayama, a nadi shodhana, and that's going to create balance on both sides. So with your right hand, you want to have your index finger and your middle finger together, your ring finger and your pinky finger, and place your middle finger and index finger in the middle of your eyebrow or your third eye chakra. And your pinky finger and ring finger will be placed on your left nostril, your thumb on your right. And we're going to alternate between the two, starting with the left. Make sure you're filling up your lungs and your belly. And if you want more information about this, there are plenty of videos on YouTube that explain this alternating nostril pranayama or nadi shodhana. And if you don't feel too comfortable practicing this pranayama yet, you can always go back to equal breath. You're breathing normally, but just deeper inhalations and exhalations. And you want to try to double it if that feels comfortable for you. So if you're inhaling for 5 seconds, you're exhaling for 10. Bring your hands at your sides and inhale as you circle them up. Exhale to forward down. Release the neck by dropping your chin to your collarbone. Inhale to roll yourself back up. Exhale to come back down. Inhale, circle your arms up. And as you exhale, we're going to twist on over to one side. And twist however much that feels good for you. You can even twist your head by looking over your shoulder. Again, just listening to your body. Inhale to come up, exhale, and let's twist on over to the other side. Inhale to come up, twist one more time to the other side. And then while we're doing this, all throughout the practice, we're just creating the energy internally and externally. Inhale to circle up, exhale and twist on over to the other side one last time. Inhale to come up to center, then this time when you exhale, side bend. Inhale to come up, side bend on over to the other side. And we're just keeping in mind that when practicing yoga or practicing any type of movement, any type of physical activity, you want to not just go forward and back, you want to get to the side of the body also. And checking in with ourselves, we're still breathing as we're holding this pose. And then as you come up, inhale, and then exhale as you side bend to the other side. So let's keep the feet crossed only so that when you come up, it's an easy transition to get into tabletop. We're going to bring ourselves into a plank and then chaturanga down. Come up into a baby cobra. And gently bring yourself into extended child's pose. So you can place the big toes together so that you're able to widen out the legs a little bit more. Exhale as you come up into tabletop. Inhale to lift one arm up. Exhale to weave it through for thread the needle. Place the hand that's on the top near your face so that you can come up as you exhale, right back into tabletop. Inhale to lift your arm in the other direction. Exhale to weave it through. And check in with your body on each pose just to see and observe how one side is feeling versus the other. And in doing so, this is allowing you to become more self-aware and accepting yourself where you're at. And place your top hand near your face. Lift yourself up. Use your core when you lift yourself up to tabletop. And we're going to do a few cat and cows. Inhale as you lift up to cow. Exhale when you round your back and go into cat pose. Inhale to lift up. And Pt.II. Exhale as you round into cat Marjariyasana. Inhale to lift up. Lift up through your chest. Exhale and round the back. Engage your core. And we're going to begin adding circles, combining, mixing up the cat and cow. You still want to keep that inhalation and exhalation as you're practicing this. So remember, we're inhaling as we're lifting up, exhaling as we circle down. And we're doing 5 circles on each side, but you can do more if you would like. You can pause the video and do more if you feel that your body needs it. I know sometimes I can do this about 10 times instead of doing my 5 rounds. Now, on an inhale, we're going to lift your right arm and your left leg for bird dog. This pose is really good. You get to practice on strengthening and you get to practice your balance. And we're going to go back and forth. So exhale as you bring it down, inhale as you lift up. Squeezing into your glutes, squeezing into your back muscles. Making sure your core is in, making sure we're looking down so we're not creating any kinks in the neck. That's definitely not what you want. Cross your legs and let's go right back into Sukhasana or easy pose, and then straighten out your legs for Pt.II or the seated forward bend. Chest is lifted on this one, not rounded, not for this particular pose. Pt.II. And then check in with your body. Make sure your shoulders are staying down as your chest is lifted. And gently roll yourself up. Lift one leg and bring it over above the knee. You can keep your other leg straight. That feels a little bit better. If not, bend the bottom leg as you lift the top leg. And as you exhale, twist for our Ardha Matsyendrasana, or also known as the seated twist. Really good for stretching out your glute, especially if you have a piriformis tightness. And gently replace your legs so that you're going in the opposite direction. And the bottom leg will come up to the top. Top leg is bent on the bottom. Lift as high as you can, and then exhale as you twist. And place the top leg on directly on top of the knee with your bottom leg. Inhale to lift your arm up, and then lift your chest up as you connect the other arm for Gomukhasana while in shoelace pose. And then with shoelace, if you have to straighten out the bottom leg, go ahead and do so. Another option is going down into a forward bend while in shoelace and Gomukhasana, or cow face out arms. Completely optional. That feels better for you. If not, continue sitting upright. That's also a really good stretch. I know oftentimes I'll do that one if my body is filling up for it. I'll go down and go into a forward bend with it. Inhale as you come up. Give yourself a few more moments before you exhale and release. And let's switch on over to the other side. Inhale to lift your arm up. Bring the other arm right behind, and then we're just going to connect them. You are welcome to use your yoga strap or a towel or a shirt. So not really about connecting, it's all about the effort. And then exhale as you forward dawn down. And just think of that energy that we're creating. We're bringing it in right here. We're keeping it in. And then when we're ready for it, we're going to come upright on an inhale and see about changing the frequency. That's what a lot of us need at times. So just shifting the energy. Exhale as you release. Cross your legs, and you can step or jump back into a plank pose. On an inhale, lift one leg. So going right back into another strengthening type of pose. Lift the other leg. Inhale to lift, exhale to bring it down. And typically when I practice doing this, I like to have my toes, I like to spread them out. But you don't have to. It's all about just going with how it feels to you. Exhale and go into chaturanga, but bring yourself all the way down. And then as you lift up, press your shoulders down, make sure your neck is neutral. And inhale as you come up into Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. Place your big toes together and exhale as you drop your hips down to your heels for extended child's pose or Utthita Balasana. Now the next pose, it is optional for Sirsasana or the headstand. Please be careful. Oftentimes I use the wall, but I am in a different location today, so I did not want to move my mat around while recording. But you can come up into Sirsasana. You can also go into dolphin pose, which is somewhat similar to downward facing dog, but instead you're on your forearms instead of your hands. That pose will still prepare you for this particular one, as you want to be sure you have enough upper body strength. And it's very challenging. You obviously want to be careful. You want to take your time and create that peace from within. And take your time coming down. So here, that's the dolphin pose. So you can come up to dolphin or downward facing dog. Bring yourself gently down to your knees. And then as you lift yourself up, we're going to do what's called the ankle stretch. We're stretching out our ankles. And then begin widening out your legs. So now we're in to Malasana or garland pose. And then begin heel toeing your legs in. Take a big inhale. And slowly as you exhale, you can begin circling your head. I usually like to do this in some of my practices. Just being a huge fan of working with your whole body from head to toe. And on your next exhale, you're going to gently roll yourself up vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, circle your arms up. Urdhva Hastasana or upward salute. Exhale as you swan dive down. On your next exhale, again, gently roll yourself up. Inhale into upward salute, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale and bring your hands at your sides. And now we're in Tadasana or mountain pose. And on your next inhale, drop your hips down into awkward pose or the chair pose, also known as Utkatasana. Bring your palms in together for prayer mudra, and then as you exhale, we're going to twist on over to one side. Inhale to center. Exhale in Pravarta Utkatasana, or revolving chair. Inhale to bring it center. We're going to do what's called the warrior series. You're going to step one leg back. I'm just going to come up to the front of my mat. Don't mind me here, just so that you can see what I'm doing. You're going to bring one foot back. You can step into a high lunge while having the back heel up if that feels more comfortable. Or you can have the back heel down and at an angle. Front knee is on top of your front ankle. Exhale to open it up into warrior two. And then take your time and hop up and find your balance. Find that energy and balance on that side for warrior three, or Virabhadrasana 3. Exhale to bring your leg down. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly roll yourself up. Inhale and drop your hips down for Utkatasana. Step your other leg back into warrior one. Or again, you can do a high lunge. It really depends on how it's feeling, but listen and check in with your body. Sometimes I will go into a high lunge if my knees are not feeling great at the moment. Exhale and open up into Virabhadrasana 2 or warrior 2. Exhale and hop yourself into warrior 3. Exhale as you bring your leg down. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, gently roll yourself up. Cross one leg over the other and gently bring yourself down into easy pose or Sukhasana. And place the soles of your feet together. And we're going to gently roll ourselves down using our core for the reclined bound ankle pose, or Supta Baddha Konasana. And place your right hand near your heart and place your left hand near your belly. And then we're going to practice the equalizing breath. So you're going to take a big inhale and slowly as you exhale. And going at your own rhythm, but you do want to focus on breathing in and out through your nose. You also want to focus on relaxing and melting your body into the mat. And scan through the body just to make sure we're not holding any tension, any unnecessary tension. Not just with the body, but with the mind. And breathing deeply, allowing yourself to be still, allowing yourself to be in the present moment. Now, if you would like, you can keep yourself in that pose, or you can inhale to bring the legs to the center and then extend out for Shavasana, or corpse pose. And then just return to your normal breathing in and out through the nose. We can practice Ujjayi and continue that even while we're in this pose. And you can stay here however long you need. And I do want to thank you so much for joining me again today for today's practice. And however you're feeling with your body, with your mind, I want to hope, or I hope that you do bring this with you off the mat. So creating that energy and peace frequency, right? We're creating it here, and we're going to take it with us off the mat. Whenever you're ready, come up on your right side, or like I said, you can stay in the pose. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.